We have so many more full guardianships than I think virtually any other state in the country. But we're talking about creating fewer guardianships because so many full guardianships are just simply not needed.
Our clients call to report abuse, neglect, and financial exploitation by their guardians, and for assistance to terminate an unnecessary or overly restrictive guardianship order.
And then picture, as Scott said up here, a guardian ad litem or an adult protective service worker who's sitting down with you, both strangers, and in the process of talking to you, you think they're an advocate, but really they're writing a report on you that is going to be the basis of the rest of your life. And imagine a doctor you've never met that also holds the pen that writes our future in a 15-minute consultation. You know, and then there's, as Scott said, the financial gut punch. You know, if you get behind in this process in the guardianship proceeding, you're at the position where you're going to have to shell out tens of thousands of dollars of your own money to hire a private attorney who makes sure your case is fully heard. I mean, that is a crazy system. Who among us wouldn't want the right to cross-examine those with writing life-changing reports about us? And who wouldn't want a real medical evaluation? And wouldn't you want a voice before being yanked out of your home? And wouldn't you want safeguards to protect your life savings and even that personal property?
For over 20 years in this state, we've been carefully evaluating these problems, but we've done absolutely nothing about them.
We are realizing we really need to safeguard vulnerable adults and seniors from bad actors who enact financial abuse and other types of abuse.
Acknowledging that a few bad actors have really done damage to vulnerable adults.
There is no clearinghouse for complaints against guardians. Judges rely on what's called a notice and object system. And what that means is if I don't think the guardian is doing a good job, I can file a petition to challenge them and say, I need another guardian. You could talk to an elder law attorney right now and say, what would it cost me to have you prepare an evidentiary hearing and object to the guardian and either have them removed or have no guardian at all? That's 10 grand up front. And so I hear over and over and over from family members who go, okay, well then how does this stop? Because not only I don't have the money to do that, but even if I did, the guardian is going to have a court-appointed lawyer, and the two of them are going to pull the money out of mom's money to fight me. That's how it works. You ask any other probate judge, and if they tell you the truth, they will tell you it is not my responsibility to question those accountings. That's the other party's responsibility. And I said, well, Judge, I'm pretty sure when we passed EPIC in '99, they thought that's what you were going to do. Guardianship is a superhighway. Once you get on, there's no off-ramps. There's no way you get out of this until you die.
That the judges know what's going on. Why are we not doing something about these judges?
She's got sepsis and she lost 23 pounds. So you would think an emergency guardianship hearing would have removed my mother from that situation, but it didn't.
Why is she in jail here? Well, she's not literally in jail, but my mom thinks she's in jail because of the way she's been treated. She has stood up in court and she has said, I feel excommunicated by society.
Isolation is the #1 tool these predators use to harm the elderly, the disabled, the vulnerable, and they're used against the families because they separate them from the people that they trust so they can control and manipulate them.
I am not going to be in front of Milton Mack.
Milton Mack? Who's Milton Mack, Lori?
One of the most corrupt retired judges in Wayne County. And now he's being pulled in to take over for Kathleen Ryan. Well, where's Kathleen Ryan going?
In 1978, Michigan Public Act 543 went into effect to set up and organize the court of record, most commonly known as the probate court system, MCL 600.801. The Michigan Compiled Law 600.803 to create by law this probate court was to provide 8 probate judges for Wayne County, 4 probate judges for Oakland County, and 2 probate judges each for Macomb, Genesee, Monroe, and Washtenaw counties. Many of these judges were first appointed by the governor, and then once elected, many of them never had an opponent on the ballot for the people to choose a different judge to serve. This role as a probate judge is a very important function under our constitutional republic form of government here in Michigan. Many of these probate judges are household names for Michigan families because the probate process have put public functionaries into a position of authority without any clear oversight. Judge Sarah Smickey was able to speak up on September 6th in the House Judiciary Committee as she believes a probate judge is quote, essential for the community and for the people we serve, unquote. Attorneys who specialize in probate, estate planning, special needs, and elder law are familiar with the abuse in probate court when the probate system becomes dysfunctional. Multiple families have had to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees once they find themselves in this probate court superhighway. Court hearings are adjourned without reason, attorneys withdraw their services without accomplishing their legal remedy, court transcripts are expensive and they take weeks to acquire. Courtroom videos, they're actually an illegal administrative act so that the people cannot prove to anyone how some of these judges are treating the public. Many family members are verbally, financially, and even physically threatened when they demand their due process or they question the emergency ex parte hearings. Why are the probate judges not allowing access to the legal, medical, and financial records of their loved ones once they have lost their citizenship and became a ward of the state? I believe the probate abuse is not on accident. It is being done on purpose, and the VIPs, victims in probate, have been coming to legislators since 2018, requesting reform, oversight, and consequences for the misconduct by a probate judge who won't allow a jury trial when demanded, or worse, will keep the families separated and isolated from each other so that the adversarial attorneys can continue their billing process. It is a known fact that once an attorney becomes a probate judge, with a stroke of a pen, this public functionary can, will, and do kill our loved ones in a civil death. It's called a procedure that is done with letters of authorities that are provided to their fellow bar members, so some of these attorneys, once given their court orders, are paid to divide families up, isolate their loved ones, and promote perjury so that they can get a financial windfall. Isn't the purpose of courts to prevent injustices? How has it become a superhighway for probate legal fees as demand for jury trials are being ignored and denied? In closing, the people are not an enemy to the state, and we pray that our state departments, like the Attorney General and the state police troopers, continue to expose the harm that is being done to our aging population. Today, the members of the Michigan State Bar are being granted favor as Representative Wozniak is sponsoring a bill to enlarge the probate court superhighway as the people who attended the 2019 listening tour with the Supreme Court justices and Attorney General Dana Nessel are still waiting patiently for our thorough investigations regarding our claims of financial exploitation and elder abuse. We pray that Representative Wozniak will sponsor a bill for the VIPs, for the victims in probate, who have the mountains of evidence to prove we are being financially exploited and physically harmed by the bad actors in probate court. I say no new judges until the probate process is more transparent for the citizens of Michigan. Thank you.
And then we also have Jody White, says probate court concern.
I have to secure the justice for the people, and under public scrutiny, we are the people coming because we are the ones wondering about the case management system because Wayne County isn't allegedly in it. And we like Wayne County because Wayne County allows the people to have all the documents in the Register of Actions so that we can watch the behavior of the judges that are harming the citizens. And we love the YouTube, but we want the YouTubes to also stay on the website because, again, we, under the canons for the judiciary, we're supposed to be the ones to do the public scrutiny. And so we're trying. You guys are representing us, and we appreciate that. But every time we come to discuss something about probate court, we get the same thing. Oh, not today. We'll talk to you later. We will take him up to talk later because we do want one justice court. And I appreciate, because one of the guys in here did a court of appeals for my family, and we won. But the probate judge never let us have our jury trial. So what's the point of having this wonderful judge in here and then these justices leaving who are supposed to be their superintendents to oversee, to protect us public, And we pay the money to do this, and it's not happening. So I appreciate you giving them the money, but I want to reiterate, I want the documents on the websites of the Register of Actions, because we are a recorded state where everything gets recorded so that we know what's going on. I love the YouTube so that we can watch on our own time. And then lastly, I do want to review the employees, because the ones that work at the probate court, they can do very bad things. They can push buttons and call in the courts, sheriffs, and then accuse you of false things. That happened to me when I was running for state rep, and I didn't win my state rep, but I got harmed by this group of people. So the reason why I'm telling you all this is because the people that, all these full-time employees and part-time employees, if you worked at Taco Bell and you found someone spitting in your food, we would fire them. And right now, we the people are really feeling abused by these amazing people that are in a place of position because they're in a judiciary office for a judiciary position because of the state constitution. And we're here because the state constitution provides us with a judiciary. So I'm glad that you guys are funding them, but we do need some of these superintendents, justices, to help us with the oversight. So thank you.
Thank you for your comments, Jody. And definitely, if we are able to connect you with the folks that are at the court system to address those concerns, we'd love to be able to do that.